1970s gave us some of the greatest soul music ever recorded. The voices were powerful, the lyrics were emotional, and the artists felt larger than life. But behind the fame, many soul legends were secretly falling apart. Some were destroyed by drugs. Some were betrayed by the music industry. Some lost everything chasing fame, and others died in tragic ways that shocked the entire world. By the 1980s, the golden age of soul music had collapsed. Tonight, we're counting down 10 soul legends whose stories reveal the tragic downfall of 70s soul music. Number 10, the OJ's. Fame couldn't protect them from industry changes. Play upbeat soul instrumental. During the 70s, the OJs were unstoppable. Songs like Love Train and Backstabbers turned them into soul superstars. Their music represented unity, love, and black excellence during a difficult time in America. But by the late 70s, disco changed everything. Record labels no longer wanted emotional soul music. They wanted dance records. Groups like the OJs suddenly faced pressure to completely change their sound just to survive. Even though they remained respected legends, the music industry slowly pushed classic soul aside. And sadly, many soul groups never recovered financially from the transition. Number 9, Teddy Pendergrass. It's the car crash that changed everything. Teddy Pendergrass became one of the biggest male sex symbols in soul music. Women screamed at his concerts. Albums sold millions, and his deep voice made him a superstar.
Let's bring this day to a pleasant end.
But in 1982, tragedy struck. Teddy crashed his Rolls-Royce in Philadelphia. The accident left him permanently paralyzed from the chest down. Overnight, one of soul music's biggest stars lost the life he once knew.
Girl, it's me and you now.
His career slowed dramatically afterward. Even though he continued making music, the accident symbolized how quickly fame could disappear during soul music's decline.
No need to worry.
Number 8, Donny Hathaway.
You're the only answer to the situation.
A beautiful voice destroyed by mental illness. Donny Hathaway had one of the greatest voices in soul history. His emotional songs touched millions. But behind the scenes, Hathaway struggled with severe mental illness. Friends noticed his behavior becoming more unstable during the late 70s. He reportedly believed people were trying to harm him. Then in 1979, tragedy shocked the music world. Donny Hathaway died after falling from a hotel window in New York.
That we've gotten ourselves.
He was only 33 years old. Fans are devastated. Many believe the pressures of fame, combined with untreated mental illness, destroyed one of soul music's brightest stars. Number 7, Isaac Hayes.
I think about how tight we used to be.
The industry turned against its own stars. Isaac Hayes helped redefine soul music. His deep voice, cinematic production, and massive personality made him unforgettable.
You just don't see the tears.
He became a cultural icon after the success of Shaft. But even legends faced financial disaster. Hayes reportedly lost huge amounts of money due to business problems and industry conflicts.
Let me dream in private.
Like many black artists of the era, questions later emerged about unfair contracts and exploitation inside the music industry.
Broken into.
Many soul artists generated millions for labels, while receiving far less than they deserved. Behind the glamour, many stars were secretly struggling financially. Number 6, The Temptations. Drugs tore the group apart. The Temptations were one of the greatest vocal groups ever created. But fame came with serious consequences. Drug addiction heavily affected several members throughout the 70s. Founding member David Ruffin struggled badly with cocaine addiction after leaving the group. Internal fighting became constant. Members were replaced repeatedly, and a brotherhood that once made the group special slowly collapsed. The Temptations survived, but the damage left permanent scars. Their story became one of the clearest examples of how drugs devastated soul music during the 70s. Number 5, Rick James. Cocaine took over the industry. Rick James represented the wild side of late 70s soul and funk. He lived fast, spent heavily, and openly embraced drug culture. Years later, Rick admitted cocaine had become deeply embedded inside the music industry.
Sweet, that funky stuff. Give it to me. Give me that stuff, that funk, that's...
And it wasn't just him. Many artists, producers, and executives were caught in the same destructive lifestyle. At first, the partying looked glamorous, but eventually careers collapsed.
Sweet, that funky stuff. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Money disappeared, relationships were destroyed, and addiction consumed countless artists from the soul era. Number 4, Curtis Mayfield. A horrific accident ended his performing career. Curtis Mayfield created some of the most socially conscious soul music ever recorded. His songs discuss poverty, racism, addiction, and survival.
You want it to be, I got a woman.
Ironically, his own life later became tragic. In 1990, a lighting rig collapsed on him during a concert in New York. The accident left him paralyzed. He could no longer perform normally again.
Lord, Lord.
For many fans, it felt like another painful symbol of soul music's fading era. One more legendary voice silenced by tragedy.
But I gotta be mellow.
Number 3, Sly Stone.
Blood.
Addiction destroyed a genius. Sly Stone changed music forever with Sly and the Family Stone. His sound blended soul, funk, rock, and psychedelic music into something revolutionary. But as his fame exploded, so did his drug addiction. Concerts became chaotic. He frequently missed performances. Relationships inside the band collapsed. By the early 80s, Sly Stone had almost completely disappeared from mainstream music. Fans watched a musical genius self-destruct in public, and his downfall became one of the saddest stories of the soul era. Number 2, Marvin Gaye. Number 2, Marvin Gaye. A legend haunted by depression and addiction. Marvin Gaye wasn't just a singer. He was soul music itself. Albums like What's Going On changed music forever. But behind the success, Marvin battled deep emotional pain, drug addiction, depression, financial problems, family conflict. Friends said he became increasingly isolated during the early 80s. Then came the unimaginable tragedy. On April 1st, 1984, Marvin Gaye was shot and killed by his own father during an argument. The world was horrified. One of the greatest soul singers ever died just one day before his 45th birthday. For many fans, that moment symbolized the true end of classic soul music. Number 1, Al Green. The violent incident that changed his life forever. Al Green was one of the smoothest voices of the 70s. But his life changed forever in 1974. A woman connected to Green attacked him with boiling hot grits while he was bathing. The incident severely burned him. Moments later, she died by suicide. The shocking event deeply affected Green emotionally and spiritually. Afterward, he slowly moved away from mainstream soul music and turned heavily toward gospel. His story showed the dark emotional pressures many soul stars quietly carried behind the scene. The voices of 70s soul changed music forever, but many of the people behind those voices paid a heartbreaking price. And the deeper you study this era, the more tragic it becomes. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more deep dives into music history, celebrity downfalls, and untold stories the industry try to forget. And comment below, which soul legend's story hit you the hardest?